Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Silent Crescent of Uahain, where we find the stories of Muslims that the world has forgotten to tell.
Today, we are going somewhere most people would never think to look for a Muslim community. We are going to Taiwan, a tiny island that sits between the South China Sea and the Pacific Ocean. Famous for its technology,
its food, and its breathtaking landscapes. But here is what nobody is talking about. Deep inside this island,
in the middle of bustling night markets, inside glass office towers, and on busy university campuses,
and men. There are men and women who wake up before dawn to pray, who fast for 30 days while the world around them eats, who bow their heads in stairwells and storage rooms clean, because there is nowhere else to go.
This is their story, and it is one of the most extraordinary stories of faith you will ever hear.
the story of Islam in Taiwan stretches back further than most people realize, all the way to the 19th century. When Muslim traders and merchants first arrived on this island, they came with nothing but their goods and their faith.
But they stayed, they settled, and they planted the seeds of a community that would survive for generations.
Then came 1947, a year that changed everything for Muslims in Taiwan. Taiwan's very
first mosque was built, a humble but powerful declaration that Islam had found a permanent home on the side.
But here is what makes this community truly remarkable. From the very beginning, these Muslims understood something that
most minorities forget. They were not just individuals, they were representatives. Every single one of them.
When a young woman walks through a Taipei street wearing her hijab, she becomes a question in the minds of everyone around. When a man walks toward the mosque on a Friday afternoon, he becomes a conversation. Without saying a single word,
Simply by being who they are doing dawah every single day.
But living as a Muslim in Taiwan is not easy. Halal food is a constant mission. Pork is everywhere.
A Muslim here reads every single label, asks at every restaurant, and when in doubt, cooks at home.
Prayer is another daily struggle. With almost no prayer rooms available, a Muslim might pray in a stairwell, a library corner, or a storage room during his lunch break. Not out of shame, but because there is simply nowhere else to go. And then comes Ramadan. While Taipei's night markets stay full and the city stays loud, a Muslim sits alone with 3 dates and a glass of water. He whispers Bismillah.
Here is what will genuinely surprise you. In a country where most people have never met a Muslim growing, Islam is quietly growing.
And not through campaigns or missions. It grows through character. There is a young Taiwanese man, let us call him David.
One Friday afternoon, out of pure curiosity, he walked into a mosque near his apartment. He had never heard an Azaan before.
This is how Islam spreads in Taiwan. One smile, one honest conversation, one act of
silent, but leaving marks on hearts that nothing else can reach.
And what holds this community together is love. When a new Muslim arrives in Taiwan, they are never left alone.
Within days, they become part of a family. Small apartments filled with people sharing iftar together.
And the future? Full of hope. New mosques are being built. Islamic schools are opening. Halal businesses are growing.
Children born in Taiwan are carrying both their Taiwanese identity and their Islamic faith, proudly and beautifully.
And perhaps the most surprising truth, Taiwan is quietly becoming a gathering point for Muslims from Japan, South Korea, and across East Asia.
The evening prayer brings such peace to our community, doesn't it?
It truly is the heart of the island.
The Muslims of Taiwan remind us, faith does not need a majority to survive. It does not need the world's permission to grow.
If this story moved you, share it. Subscribe to Silent Crescent for a new Untold story